Hello everyone, thanks for joining me in this video. Recently, there has been a trending video or purported narrative that P2B disrespected the Yoruba culture and insulted the people of Ibadan by describing the new installed Olibado as my dear brother. Now the question is, some have argued that it is an insult to the Yoruba culture. How do they mean by that? Peter be coming from the Igbo extraction, who extended his goodwill message for the new position or, of course, appointment as the new Olubadan of Ibadan land should not be described as an insult to the Yoruba culture, or perhaps is there any Yoruba culture that abhors anyone calling or being described as my brother? And Peter B have expressed that he has no any ill intention by using the words describing the newly appointed Olubado in his congratulatory message. Of course, when such events happens, people from all walks of life who has affiliations, relationship, or who consider it necessary could extend their goodwill messages to his new appointment. That does not suggest any form of ill intention, of course, to disparage the office of the Olubado. Unfortunately, some mischievous elements will want to capitalize on that. Now, what exactly is that culture you think he disrespected? Now, let's go through P2B's message, and then we'll come back for more deliberation. It's very important we set the record straight. Sometimes people are so mischievous, so cruel, that they want to politicize everything. You want to make something out of nothing, possibly just to derail the gullible ones and to control the psyche of certain personalities. But people has proven to be more wiser than what they are putting up there. You will see people's reactions and uh, disregarding that statement, because there is no way the personality of P2B himself will descend too low to disrespect the culture and the tradition of the Yorubas. Even the Oluibado, of course, have not expressed such and will never express such, because it's not a kind of such personality. He understood that what P2B did, and he also appreciated that. Let's see what P2B said that got some people mad, and it's quite unfortunate. Now, P2B, in responding to that, to see what P2B said, they will also discuss what the original content of his message to the newly installed Olubado, the former governor of Oyo State, of course, in his new appointment into the seat of tradition and custom. This is what their P2B said. I hope some people might not say that disrespected Igbo culture again. It is quite very unfortunate. Now, hear what he said. Certainly, no disrespect intended in my goodwill message to His Royal Majesty. You see? Correcting that negative impression sponsored from certain vested interests who are demonic personified, who don't want anything good, who do not see anything good in good. They don't, they detest good, they abhor good, and certainly good will never come to them. It is quite very unfortunate. I facilitated with my dear elder brother and newly crowned, His Royal Majesty Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja. Can you hear it? A newly crowned, of course, economy celebrations, congratulatory messages should be coming from different walks of lives. And P2B should not be misinterpreted for whatever political gain or propaganda they want to sell out there. I see, to possibly incite the public. That is what the people are saying. But the Yorubas are more wiser and could not go down with such cheap, destructive propaganda that is baseless, that has no bearing, and doesn't make any sense at all. Now, I have read the concerns of those aggrieved by what they consider improper addressing. I respect protocols and authority, and I try as much as possible to adhere to them. That is P2B talking. However, those who follow me would have noticed that often refer to use the expression, my dear elder brother, when addressing individuals, especially close to me, and for whom tremendously, I have tremendous respect. You see it? That he has often used this expression, my dear elder brother, for those who he is very closer to or has tremendous respect for. You see? And addressing the newly crowned Olubado as my dear elder brother or my dear brother is not out of place. So how does that degenerate to a disrespect to the Yoruba culture? So those people should come up and tell us in that regard. I always refer to His Royal Majesty Igwe Alfred Achebe, Obi of Onitsha, as my very dear elder brother, in the same affectionate manner. Now, in matters of wrongdoing, motive is important. I assure all that my words were born out of untrammeled goodwill. That is just simple. That is the personality of humility, which P2B is being emboldened. P2B is made up of that. There is no dispute about his personality. So when he said, my dear elder brother, congratulating him on his newly crowned, on his newly enthronement as Olubado of Ibadan in Yoruba Ancient Kingdom, of course, shouldn't be seen as a disrespect because there is a tie or a link and he has tremendous respect for his person. Before his enthronement as the Olibado, the newly crowned Olibado, he was the former governor of Ibadan. That is just correct. And upon that enthronement is something worth being congratulated. And let's see what P2B said that got them mad and aggrieved. See what P2B said early before such reactions begin to throw up. He said, congratulations to Oba Rashid Adewolu Ladoja. You see what he said? He said, congratulations. That was his first line of statement. He said, congratulations to Oba Rashid. You see, recognizing his newly enthroned or crowned uh, appointment. He said, I warmly congratulate my dear brother, Oba. I warmly congratulate my dear brother, showing the intimacy, the respect, the honor, the tremendous respect Peter B had for his personality, the personality of the Oba Rashid. He said, I warmly congratulate my dear brother Oba Rashidi Adewolo Ladoja, okay, on his installation as the 44th Olubado of Ibadan. His ascension to his revered throne is a celebration for the people of Ibadan and a source of pride to the entire Yoruba nation and Nigeria as a whole. So, where does that disrespect emanate? Where exactly? Some people really make use of their faculty, their thinking faculty. When they come out, it's if they are thinking through their anus. They speak, they listen, they speak through their mouths, but reason through their anus. Do you see this warm reception, warmth, and well articulated goodwill message? You see, he said the enthronement of Oba Ladoja, a, a distinguished statesman with vast experience in business, politics, and governance, symbolizes the enduring harmony between tradition and modernity in our society. These are his words. The grammar, maybe the grammar is too big for them to understand. That's why it's good when you are sent to school, you take good advantage of that. You see, if you the particular person have digest this and possibly consults like a word dictionary to interpret certain words he's not familiar with. No, that would have saved him such embarrassment, you know, saying that Peter will be insulted or disrespected the Ibadan people and the Yoruba culture. How did that happen? I was trying keenly to find out where exactly that happened, and such people or group persons should also point out where he did that. Exactly. As a governor of your state, referring to his past political, of course, appointment, Oba Ladoja played a vital role in shaping the growth and development of Ibadan. I am confident that the same spirit of vision, dedication, and service that defines his public leadership will now find fuller expression in his new role as the custodian of the Ibadan's rich cultural and traditional heritage. Did you get it? Now, where exactly did Peter B disrespect the culture of the Yoruba or the Yoruba Ibadan people, the people of Ibadan land? These are areas I want to bring out. As it's very important that we get these things ironed out. Some people might just peddle rumors, speculations, unfounded and without investigation. Now, I extend my heartfelt congratulations once again to the people of Ibadan, Oyo, to the people of Ibadan and Oyo State, as they welcome this new dawn in their history. It is my earnest prayer that Oba Ladoja reign will be long, peaceful, and fruitful, bringing enduring blessings to the land and his people. Is this prayer a disrespect? Acknowledging the people of Ibadan land and their rich cultural and traditional heritage, which is being saddled or which eventually the, newly installed Oba or Olu Ibadan is now in the helm of affair, acknowledging his past achievements, antecedents, his wide, vast experience, and the rest of them, which he will bring into this new position to further enhance the well-being and the preservation of the people of Ibadan land and of your state culture. So where is that disrespect? Was it not his dear brother? No, maybe does it mean that the Yorubas do not want anybody to describe them as my brother? Or should P2B would have called him my ancestor? What would have been what was running in their vein or in their brain by thinking that P2B disrespected? A man he so much revered, a man he expressed such great economy, such great respect and acknowledging his capacity uh, and well deserved, of course, position that was given to him. I'm praying that his own reign will be long lived so that he could serve the people and the people will benefit from his reign as the Olubado, the 44th Olubado in Ibadan land. So these are issues that must be ironed out, and this mischief makers and rumor mongers should come out and tell us how did P2B disrespect the culture of the Yoruba land. It is very important we understand these issues in order to put to rest all these inconsequential arguments. Of course, the newly installed Olubado or the Olubado now is in the helm of the affairs of his kingdom and has so much to concentrate and focus to bring to the people good governance and leadership than focusing on these mere distractions and whatever it was intended to achieve. And definitely is dead on arrival as far as I'm concerned, because the personality of P2B could not be traded for anything, not even for political propaganda. P2B is one person who respects protocols, as he also admitted, and anybody trying to gain or whip certain destructive sentiments should be called to order. The very purpose of this platform is for news and entertainment. It's not to promote hate or disunity or violence across board. Now, let's read certain reactions coming from people from different perspective regarding this position. It's quite intriguing, honestly. And let's see what we some people own expression regarding this disrespect and no disrespect to the culture implies. Now, one person said, Atiku addressed him as my brother. Tinubu addressed him as my brother. Obi addressed him as my brother. Guess who the hypocrites have a problem with? Just guess. Now, uh, just exactly. Now, another person said, much ado about nothing. Both of them are brothers and friends. They are Nigerians and are products of humanity and should be seen as brothers. That is another person's perspective regarding this. He said both of them were not in the same governor forum. The new Olibado was governor between 2003 and 2007. While P2B was a governor from 2007 to 2015. Well, what difference does that make? So, as such, he shouldn't be described as his brother and friend. Where is the place of humanity? In fact, does people really reason with their senses? Now, as somebody said that the age difference between the Olubadan, the new installed Olubadan and P2B is about 17 years. And there is enough to be addressed as P2B's father. Well, I think that is outrightly not correct. It is outrightly not correct. It is outrightly not true. P2B has respect for the personality of the Olubado and has no any intention of dis- disparaging his person. Of course, these are just politicians who are seeking for cheap propaganda and attention. It is quite honestly. Somebody say these people foolishness no get part two. Honestly, and another one said in Tinubu's mandate I stand, but there is nothing wrong with this is Moyowa. Not there is nothing wrong with to be referring Olibado as his brother. It depends on the circumstances and whenever and out of disrespect. He can never go, of course, he can never express such. Yeah, it is quite, somebody is replying, say, don't mind politicians, they are done much damage than good. The Hamza is getting, of course, the reaction from the people that this is, you shouldn't use anything to play politics, and such is a politics of bitterness, rancor, deceptive propaganda that could not lead anyone anywhere. Yeah, and say Yoruba and their okay, Oba be like Jesus, Christ of Nazareth. It's quite a very unfortunate expression. Yeah, I will read that one. He said, "What is wrong with my dear brother or my brother?" As the case is, he said, two of the, one said, well, he said two of the Obas are in jail in America for doing Yahoo Yahoo. Well, that is out of place. And some said, okay, Peter B should have called him my ancestor or ancestors, and I'll describe him as his ancestors. Or could it mean? I just read the Yoruba comment. He said, there's nothing wrong with that. I thought I would have seen that it is against the Yoruba culture for an Igbo man to describe a Yoruba man as my brother. And since I have not seen that, well, I think it's good and fine. Even if there is no king other than him in the whole state or tribe, what is exceptional with him to Oba to be okay? Are you in the monarch government? Allow them make, of course, the shout, Obi has become threat to them. Well, Obi that has no political party is a threat. I swear you. It's Obi that has no political party is a threat. Obi that has no structure, as people expressed during the last general election. Thank you for watching, and let's have your own comment rolling via the comment section. Let's see your own perspective regarding this development. Always a pleasure being here.